What's up guys, welcome to another Trade Room video. My name's Jared and today I'm going to be talking about binary options risk management. This is quite a hot topic in the binary options industry and we've had quite a few people asking us questions with regards to risk management, such as should you use martingaling, what type of percentage of your account should you risk per trade, things like that. So we'll be addressing those questions in this video. So first of all, we're going to be talking about starting balance. Okay, we recommend that you don't start with any less than $20. And the reason is because we use the 5% rule. If you're going to be using the 5% rule, you'll be able to use $1 trades with a $20 account. Any smaller, and you're going to have to risk more. You're going to have to risk more of your account per trade. So that's why we recommend starting with at least $20. To be honest, to start with more is better because then you can add multiple trades, but I'm going to get to that in a second. But yeah, 5% risk is what we recommend. So if you've got $20, you're going to be using $1. So the easy way to work it out would be for every $20 in your account, you can add a dollar that you're allowed to risk. So if you got $20, you're doing $1 trades. If you've got $40, you're doing $2 trades. If you've got $100, you can do $5 trades. Okay, that's the 5% rule. And the reason we use that is so if you had to lose 20, it would literally take 20 trades in a row to blow your account, which is highly unlikely if you do know what you're doing with binary options. It's very unlikely that you're going to lose 20 trades in a row. Don't get me wrong, you will have lost streaks, and it is possible. I'm not saying that it's impossible. You'll never lose 20 trades in a row. It can happen, but it's highly unlikely. It's a good number to put your money on is 20. It's highly unlikely that you're going to lose 20 trades in a row. So that's why we use the 5% rule. This brings me on to multiple trades. People often ask if we recommend that you add onto the position, like take more than one trade, and our answer is yes. You should definitely use multiple trades. However, that does not mean using 5% of your account per entry. It still means that you should risk a maximum of 5% per trade or per expiry, let's call it, and with one pair. So if you've got US dollar yen and you're trading for the 10 o'clock expiry, you shouldn't add more than 5% of your account into that particular pair for that particular expiry. You can do it in one trade if you really want, which would be 5% in one trade, one entry. But what we recommend is having a slightly bigger account. So don't go for a $20 account, rather go, for example, for a $100 account, and then using 1% risk for per trade. Now this is what we do. We personally use 1% risk per trade. Or per entry, let me say. But what we do is if you enter into a position, say you've bought, and the trade goes slightly against you, you can then add another trade on. Right? Goes against you a little bit more, you can add another trade on. Goes against you a little bit more, you add another trade on. So we use 1%, and we're willing to take up to 5 entries on one position. The reason we do this is because in the long run you'll be a lot more profitable. You'll find a lot of the time your first entry, or maybe your first and second entry, may not profit, but your third, fourth and fifth entry do profit. Therefore you actually end that trade in a profit, rather than taking one entry with 5% and then losing that entire 5%. It's just a smarter way to do it. And I must say that do not do this if your trade is going in your favor. Don't add on if the trade's going in your favor. If you put one trade on and it goes straight in your favor, that's great. You're going to make money. Yes, you're only using 1% of your account. It's going to be a small gain, but you're going to be more profitable because there's going to be times where you're going to enter and it's going to go against you. And then you can start entering more and more and more, and your first entry doesn't have to come into the profit for you to actually profit off that position. So that is our take on multiple trades. We do suggest it. Use 1% risk per trade if you can, and then you can add up to 5 entries for that particular expiry on that particular pair. Okay. The next topic that I'd like to cover is setting limits so you don't overtrade. A lot of people overtrade, and this leads to blowing your accounts, losing money, getting into a bad psychological place with your trades. You don't want to overtrade, so you need to set yourself limits. Now, by setting limits, what I mean is have a limit for if you lose this many trades in a row, you're going to stop. If you win this many trades in a row, you're going to stop. Or set yourself a complete trading limit of how many trades you're going to take, and that's it. We like that one better. That's the one we personally use. As you know, if you take our signals, if you're part of our premium signal group, we do 2 sessions daily where we do 10 trades per session. Whether it's 10 losses or 10 profits, it doesn't matter. We're going to take 10 trades. I think the reason we go for that approach is it just seems a bit less psychologically damaging to do it that way. If you're getting into a place where you've made 5 profits in a row, that's great, and it can tend to excite you. A lot of people get scared from profits. They make a few profits and then they go, no, they're going to stop. Or they make a few losses and then they go, no, I'm going to try and make it back. And those types of limits I find can sometimes put you in a bad mental place. It puts you in a weird mental place where you don't really know what you want to do. It's a bit confusing. Like, should I say if I make this many profits, I'm going to stop? Should I say if I'm going to make this many losses, I'm going to stop? Don't think like that. I feel it's just better to set a limit of the amount of trades you're going to take, and then you take that many trades. So that's what we do. We set a limit of 10 trades per session. We do 2 sessions a day. Therefore, we're taking 20 trades a day, and that's it. We are quite successful. We make anywhere from 70 to 80% over a period of time. There are sessions where you're going to lose. There are sessions where you're going to be crazy in the profit. But what's important is that you're profitable over time. And over time, over a week, over a month, we are hitting the 70 to 80% range. So that's the type of limits we set. Set yourself limits. We recommend setting yourself a trade amount, depending on also your expiry that you use. We use 2-minute expiries in our session, so it's easy for us to take 10 trades. You don't want to sit behind your chart for ages and ages and ages. So if you're doing 15-minute trades, don't set yourself like 10 trades that you're going to take, because you're probably going to be sitting there for a long time. You're going to be sitting behind your chart for a long time. Our sessions usually last about 20 to 30 minutes. So we'll trade 20 to 30 minutes and be done with the session. We trade an hour a day with the 2-minute expiries, hitting 70 to 80% with the method that we're using. We trade price action. We've set ourselves limits. We use multiple trades. We never risk more than 5%. So these rules work for us. And hopefully if you incorporate them into your trading plan, they'll work for you too. Now the big one, martingaling. We get this question all the time. I think just about every person that signs up to our signals asks us, should we martingale? We have people asking us almost every single day if they should martingale. Is martingaling good? They heard somewhere on some video that if you just martingale, you'll never lose. I'm going to give you my verdict on martingaling right now. And my verdict is that you should never, ever martingale. Martingaling is one way to just blow all of your cash. Martingaling can work. Don't get me wrong, it can work, but only if you've got a crazy big account and you're willing to start with $1 trades. Now, in my opinion, martingaling, it's not profitable. It's not a profitable way to trade, because let's say you do have a $1 million account, okay? You can martingale, but you're going to be doing $1 trades from the start, because you're going to go $1. If you lose that, you have to put on $3. If you lose that, then it goes up to $7 your next trade. If you lose that, I can't remember the exact figures because I did martingaling when I first got into this, and I figured out pretty quickly that it's a good way to blow all your cash. And I think it's something like by the I think it's the 7th trade. If you lose your 7th trade, you've already lost. It's something like $350 or something like that with martingaling, just starting at the $1 trade. It's not profitable. I mean, at the end of the day, if you lose 6 trades in a row, your seventh trade, you're now risking losing $350. You're in a terrible mental place. Your psychology is all messed up. You're going to make a bad decision most likely because you'll become an emotional wreck. And you'll take that trade, risking all that amount. You'll be risking $350 something to make $7. To make $7, that's what you'll make if you get to that seventh trade, and it's a success. You're going to make $7. You're risking 350 to make 7. That is horrible odds. Martingaling is terrible, 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 terrible. Don't do it. It's one way to blow your cash. Even if you're using it with a good strategy, it just isn't worth it. Rather use the 5% rule, become profitable to the point where you're 70, even 60% of the time over a period of time, and you're going to make a lot more money doing that than martingaling. Martingaling it's a horrible idea. Just don't do it. So that's it for the video, guys. That's it on binary options risk management. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, or you can join our Telegram group. It's for free. We chat on there 24 hours. Well, not 24 hours, we sleep too, but we chat on the group. You can join it. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. Join the group. You can ask us questions. You can interact with us. You can also enjoy some of our free services that we offer on the group, which would be things like a free analysis and advice, just things like that. So if you want to get in touch with us, join the group. Otherwise, leave your questions on the comments below, and I will get back to you with answers that you have questions for. So that's it, guys. Hope you have a good week ahead, and stay tuned for more videos this week. Hit the subscribe button. I think it's in the bottom right corner of the screen. Hit the subscribe button and give the video a like. Cheers.